So today is Tuesday, and Tuesday is kind of like it's become like my strategy day or like my consolidating everything day because I've been posting weekly reflections on Substack on Tuesdays. I have social media meetings at my job on Tuesdays, which are like a check-in point. And my best friend and I have been doing like weekly personal strategy meetings on Tuesdays. It just worked out that way. So first of all, I'm gonna include like a silly clip of us doing our little personal strategy meeting just for funsies.
Wait, first of all, wait, hold up. Now you're in my video. Look how cute. Say hello.
Hello.
Hi. Should we show them what we're doing? Wait, we made like a whole little glow up plan. So cute.
Yes, we did.
Yes, and we have been doing Tuesday meetings to like do our personal strategy for life. Wait, let me like show the document. So we have our little goals, and then we have my master list. So I got all my little goals here, and yeah, and then Janelle's goals, which should I show them?
Yes.
Yes.
They're Coca-Cola themed.
Yes, yours is Coca-Cola theme. Wait.
Coca-Cola sponsor me.
Yes, literally sponsor her. Look at this. It's so cute. Wait, what are your weekly goals?
Me.
Yes. Wait, you have create. You're working on a brand, aren't you? Yes. Talk about the
Yes.
brand because we're manifesting this year. Like we're manifesting.
No, I can't talk about it yet.
Okay. Yeah. Moving in silence. Actually, yeah.
Moving in silence. We can't talk about it yet.
Okay.
Once I get it, like, we can.
Okay. It's a secret.
Video.
Yes. Okay. But yeah. Okay. Yes. Continuing our personal strategy session so that we can be baddies this year.
We're already baddies.
Yes,
We're
we
just
are.
gonna be extra baddie this year.
No, that's so true. This is our year. I'm gonna show my goals for the week. So basically, we've been making goals for the week, and then we have like quarter goals. We have quarter goals. We have 6-month goals. We have yearly goals. So my weekly goals this week. So I put, oh my gosh, not even that. It's not really that visible, but I have mentioned that doing this project has literally made me gain weight because I was stress eating so bad this year because I was like full-time masters, like everything. So I've been trying to trim down a little bit just to get back to the way I was before. Not that it matters, my body looks beautiful, but yeah. So I basically, so we're gonna do strategizing, finish. Oh, you know what, I want to do this week as well. Publish my essay on Substack. Yeah, I already have it written. It's already like rough drafted, everything, but I'm just nervous and like I need to read through it. I need to do exercise video session. So I'm going with one of like an adult friend to go get my sari this week because I'm going to Mauritius in the summer to a Mauritius wedding. And I'm genuinely like, I could not be more hyped. Like I have to wear like a sari and they're gonna do like henna and everything. I think I spelled it right, but I'm so hyped. Like I was so honored to get invited and I've never worn a sari before, so I'm hyped. And then go to bed an hour early, track my calories. I've been horrible at that, but I have been eating healthier and not eating a bunch of sugar like I was before. And then just job stuff.
I'm genuinely so jealous right now.
No, you're gonna, bro, we need to go on a freaking vacation together, but it is gonna be fun. Yeah, no, it's gonna happen. But yeah, and then my quarter goals. I've been trying to get into calisthenics more. I've been trying to like hang. Like I have one of those like arm thingy things to like hang.
The upper arm strength.
Yeah, I have no upper arm strength. My arms are like noodles. So I've been like, that's like my goal. I can't even hang for like 10 seconds. Nonetheless, like I definitely can't do like a pull up at all. So, and then I already got some of these. Like I thought this was gonna take me forever, but I actually already did like stuff. And then yeah, I've just been trying to be healthier. I finished Why Men Love Bitches, and yeah. And then, yeah, those are basically my big goals. As you can see, my paper is, I want to have my paper submitted for publication by like 6 months from now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's like that's my big project. That's my big project goal. And then finish it in this quarter. So finish it by May is the goal. And then have it like submit it for publication. I don't know if that's ambitious. I've never tried to publish paper before, but hopefully soon. And yeah. So then we have our weekly priority goals. We did so good. Wait, I'm gonna show you like how awful I am at the hanging. Wait, let's see if you can like, this is what we're working with here. Hold up.
I'm so weak off of
No,
this.
I'm so bad. It's actually awful. I keep trying. Wait, like I can't even hang for like, I think I can do like 5 seconds maybe.
Girl, I
That's
can't
pretty
hang at
solid.
all. You're still doing better than me.
Wait, I'm actually I'm kind of eating right. Wait, that's actually probably more than I've done in like a minute. Wait, maybe I can do 30. No, we're not doing it right now, but
you're making me want to go buy one, and then we can like hang challenge each other.
Yes, because I want to do a pull-up. I can't do a pull-up. I'm awful. I'm horrible.
Girl, me either.
So that's what I've been up to on Tuesdays. But I have a few things to like do. First of all, my meeting with my supervisor is actually on Thursday. I thought it was Wednesday. It's on Thursday. So that gives me another day to have a little bit more to ask him about, which is good. I just don't want to come in with I just want to come in with something, you know? The other thing is I'm kind of dumb. And in my last video, I was complaining about how I didn't have my student loans. And it turns out my student loans were in my other bank account the whole time. Yeah, so basically I'm insane. And yeah, so I have my student loans, meaning I can now pay for Claude Code. This is a much needed shift because ChatGPT just can't. I'm sorry. ChatGPT is like, especially the free version. Probably if I paid for a more expensive version, like it'd be better. But this is what was recommended to me by my supervisor. Yeah, ChatGPT is just not it when it comes to the coding. I'm trying to figure out how do you even get this though. I want to pay for like the pro version. So this right here is talking about like putting it into terminal, but I want to use it on I want to use it on Jupyter Lab. So I'm assuming I should get web. This is a question that might go to ChatGPT as well. I wanted to do like a minute of Hopecore for like my ADHD people because my best friend has ADHD and I have ADHD. We are both ADHD baddies. Okay. We've both been kind of getting like our ish together recently. And actually, I was thinking about this in my last video because I was talking about having ADHD. And I forget because as I've gotten older, dude, it's gotten so much easier. Like, I still have issues. For example, I'm washing this load of laundry for the third time because my brain can't comprehend that if something is behind a closed door, it still exists. So that's the annoying part, but I have been very consistently doing my work, getting things done, doing things weekly. Like my consistency levels have just improved drastically. I've just gotten better at so many things. And I forget that like ADHD brains literally, I'm pretty sure they develop slower. So a lot of adult skills that people are developing younger, we're developing older. And I obviously like this project is a manifestation, but I've just seen myself like I think I have the personality of a consistent person, but my ADHD is like really tough. So like obviously I have really intense desire to be like consistent and have discipline and all this stuff. And I just like it was just really tough for me. And you know, a lot of these things, like it just gets easier as you become more adult. Anyways, like I think for everybody, it's just like as your brain develops more, it gets easier. But I'm like, for me, obviously like ADHD brains just develop that little bit slower. And so I think I'm just seeing myself come into my adult brain a little bit more. I'm 24. So yeah, it just gets easier with time. And I've been really surprised at myself this year. Like my consistency and like everything has been much easier. I think the problem is by the time you get to adulthood, I went undiagnosed until I was 19. And it sucks because I actually look back and see all the different ways that killed my potential for people to not understand neurodivergence. Like, for example, I started to struggle in math a little bit when I was in middle school. And obviously, like, I look at myself now and I'm like, whoa, my logic skills and stuff are actually great. And I've gone back and I'm like, I'm going to start learning math again. But I got a really bad relationship to math because, for example, I was like in middle school. It's funny how I think that actually like stuff like neurodivergence is also probably heavily impacted by like your hormone level, you know, your hormones over time and stuff. My ADHD was the worst in middle school. And then in high school got a lot better. And I was able to do like a lot better, but you know, but I was really struggling bad and like I was getting really bad grades in middle school and stuff. And I was in a math class and one of my teachers, like she was really I said this in another video, but when you're neurodivergent, you get teachers that really don't like you because you don't operate and like you're not as like you on the surface, you don't seem as like obedient and stuff, I think, and they just get really like control issue with you. A lot of the students that I saw have issues growing up were definitely neurodivergent. Like, you know, we're like, they're so unlikable. And like, you know, to other people, it's like, oh yeah, they talk too much. They're so disruptive. And it's like, bro, we were all in the same boat. I know we were all undiagnosed, but a lot of us probably. But anyways, yeah, I had a math teacher just did not like me at all. And she would take away like, I would doodle a lot in class, and you can see that, like, even though this right here, like, it seems unfocused because it's like, okay, you're just talking about stuff and like get on with it, right? It's like just do everything straight up. It's like I've been able to do something like really disciplined, taking my own little segues, taking my time, doing my chatting, talking about my little random stuff, right? So it's like it just my brain, like, just because I'm not like locking your, like, I'm not like staring you down and my eyes aren't locked on you and I'm like, please teacher, like tell me everything. No, like it doesn't mean I'm not listening. And sometimes like doing like doodling and stuff like actually helps me to learn because I'm like, I'm more engaged. But my teachers, like, they didn't understand neurodivergence, I think, because it was like 2000 when I was in middle school, like 2000. I think that year was probably like 2014 or so. But we just didn't have the same conversation on neurodivergence, and obviously they didn't know that. And so she just kept taking my stuff away and like getting irritated at me that I wasn't focused, where it's like, yeah, now I have a D in your class because now I hate math. Now I feel like you hate me. Now I can't focus because you took my notebook away. And it's like it disrupted my whole relationship to math and science, I think, to be like, oh, I'm getting a D in math, I must suck at it. Where it's like, oh, my logic skills and stuff are actually pretty good. Like I think I could actually do math much better this time around, and I'm actually like feeling more attracted to it now that I understand like what it's for and stuff, So it's just crazy. Yeah, I think that people, like, the thing is that when you go undiagnosed with ADHD, like the world really warps your self-esteem. So then you start to think like, I can't do it and I'm not good at this, and you develop a personality around it where it's like I got older. And first of all, I was like, I needed to do this for me. So I was like, I was like, okay, we need to do anything to not have this mentality. I learned about like law of attraction and stuff. And I was like, everything, your mind creates your reality. So I was like, let me stop creating a reality that I suck and I'm undisciplined. And also, like, yeah, I think I don't know, I just like my brain developed and everything. And I was like, I think that one of the big things that stops neurodivergent people, adults, from doing like the best that they can is actually self-esteem. It's not even like a skill issue, it's like a self-esteem issue, because you're just, by then you're like, that's just not how I am, and like all this stuff. And like the thing is that we try to operate the way that neurotypical people do, where it's like I need to go with how my brain goes. It's like my brain is fine, it works fine, and it can do a lot of great things, like if I stop trying to do it the way that everybody else does. And it's like, this is an example of how I've been like crazy consistent every day. I work on this without fail and like work on it for hours and stuff, where it's like, this is like I'm doing it my own ADHD way instead of trying to like do it in a school way. And it's like it helps me so much. So I just want to say that, like, it's not over for you because you didn't, like, do the best you can do when you were younger or whatever. I don't know. But so let's see. The best would be via API inside Jupyter. Okay, well, let's try that then. How do you do that? This is like a whole different world of like AI for me, of like, like this type of AI, not like just general AI. I have not tried Claude Code yet, so let's go to Anthropic. When I was in middle school, dude, I didn't even think I was smart anymore. I was like a super high performing younger child. My best friend, who I just showed, is actually the same way. Like, she said when she was younger, she would just like randomly read medical textbooks, like just cause. And I was a very high performing younger kid. Like, I learned to read early. I learned to talk early. I skipped a grade actually when I was in elementary school, and then they threw me back when I got to the US because I was really young. I learned like, I was always like a high performing little kid. And then I got to middle school and nobody, like, by the time I got to 5th grade, my ADHD was like really flaring up. And like 5th grade to like middle school, like it was just over for me at that point. I thought I was really stupid, like, or not stupid, but I was like, I'm not as smart as I thought. Like, I was like, oh, people used to think I was smart. And now like I'm just not performing to the same level. I was like, I'm not smart anymore. And I think that really like distorted my mentality. But then I perked back up in high school a little bit. But I think just the way people treat neurodivergent kids, like I didn't have a full sense of like how much I could do, I think, because I just didn't have the framework. I probably could have done a lot more as a kid if I had gotten like a diagnosis and stuff. But for girls, it's even harder because like, yeah, but anyways, how do you get this? But I actually feel grateful for that, because I was thinking about how just because you do really well in early life doesn't mean that you're going to do anything special when you're older. Because I've just been thinking, oh my gosh, what is happening here? I've been thinking about like the people that go off to do things that like are really special or different or whatever, a lot of that comes down to internal motivation as well. I've been thinking a lot about how just because you have a high IQ doesn't mean that you're going to do anything spectacular, and that people with like lower IQs or whatever can also do really spectacular things across the board. And I think that intelligence is so complex. I've been reflecting on this a lot because I actually have been like, we learned about intelligence in classes here and stuff. And I was like, I think intelligence is so much more complex than an IQ. And not only that, but it's like whether you're going to do something special in the world is so much more than a number as well. I was reading about a physicist. Wait, let me find him. You see, this is like my little ADHD segue, and then we're gonna log in. This guy, Richard Feynman, is that how you say his name? Well, anyways, he was like, apparently his IQ, he actually won, like, he was like super duper smart. He did like obviously groundbreaking work in physics and stuff. Apparently his IQ was like not even like, you know how people are like, they had a genius IQ of like Albert Einstein level, where it's like his was not to the same degree, you can see, but he still literally did like insanely like brilliant work in his field as well. And then you get people that have a high IQ. I have a specific person to call out, not anybody alive. Francis Galton, bro. This guy originated eugenics, which is actually this was kind of like the root of how people even decided to create intelligence quota tests, because he thought that wealthy people were smarter and all this stuff, and because of that, like we should be like basically procreating them, where like poor people are like not as good for the world. So he literally created eugenics. He is predicted to have had an IQ of like some crazy high IQ. Obviously this was like an older paper, but it's crazy because it's like obviously now we know that like it's false. Like he has an estimated IQ of 200, which is higher than Albert Einstein. Now what did he do with that? He invented eugenics. So let's think a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it really truly does not matter. I've been thinking about that a lot this year, and like, I think people have like an image of intelligence. There's like these little hangups about intelligence of like what intelligence is and stuff. And I don't know, I just think I've been thinking a lot about how stupid all that stuff is. And just because you were like, the reason I was saying this is I was like, I actually feel grateful that like, people get really like, people have there's like this whole meme about gifted kids where it's like, yeah, I'm a gifted kid burnout, where I was like, I was in all these gifted classes when I was a kid, and now I'm older and I'm not doing anything. Where it's like, I think that actually doing something is so much more than intelligence. And it has also to do with other character values like passion, altruism, like if you want to do something great for the world. Also stuff like dedication, grit. There's like a lot of other qualities that it comes down to when it comes to like, are you going to do some big amazing thing? It's not all about intelligence as well. And people can be highly intelligent and just sit around all day like numbing themselves. A lot of people do that are really intelligent. So, it's like it really doesn't matter. And it's also about other qualities, I think. And yeah, anyways, you're assigned to not let anything stop you from doing something cool in the world. But I was saying I'm grateful because I didn't do anything particularly special when I was young. I wasn't even top of my class or anything like that. But because of that, I think that I developed like, my desire to go do something special came from like it came from internally, and not just because somebody was giving me the validation. Like, I actually think losing the validation is a good thing for you, because like if you get back up again and you decide to like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, then it's real. And it's like, I feel so independent in my learning. I feel so strong in like my ability to continue on and do things that are going to be useful for the people that I care about. And it's like, that's so much bigger than just like an IQ point. And I think that just because you were smart, like, there's plenty of child prodigies. I was actually looking up the statistic earlier. Child prodigies, like only 10% of them actually end up going off to become like adult people that do like big adult things. And like, so that's why I feel like people should stop looking at like, did I do something when I was really young? Did people think I was really smart when I was really young? It's like, it truly doesn't matter at all. There are people who are super smart when they're really little, go off to do absolutely nothing, have mediocre careers their whole lives. And there's people that are that did go are child prodigies that went off to do amazing things and win field medal. You know what I'm saying? It's like it really like I think if you're looking for some kind of really obvious sign of whether you're going to be able to do something amazing in the world, like you should look inwards, you know? It's like it's about your personality and it's about like your desire for it. It's not about anything like, you know, a characteristic. This guy's like thing that he spent all this time on, now we know it to be completely like stupid and like not at all right. So just because you have a high IQ doesn't mean that you're gonna do something. I mean, he did other stuff. He did other stuff. This is like this stuff is cool. This is important stuff. It's just the eugenics one that it's like, bro, you would think that somebody with a 200 level IQ would be able to understand why rich people do better things in life than people who are poor because they have money and they have like, you know what I mean, the conditions. Like you would think he would put two and two together, but it's like he didn't. So you know, it really goes to show. But he did other stuff. He did like a bunch of other stuff. Not to speak badly on this man, but the eugenics thing kind of threw me off a little bit. Anyways, let's figure out Claude code. How? This is so confusing. What? This is like the most confusing part of my project, bro. What is it? How download it for desktop? I think ego, you know, I think actually having an ego is what like causes stupidity. That's why like I think Buddhism is like really spot on but a lot of stuff where it's like, yeah, of course you like oh this smart dude thinks that like him a rich smart man thinks that only other rich smart men should like make it and he thinks that's like a smart connection where he's like, yes, this is right. It's like, bro, that's your ego speaking so hard. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the more I've gone down my little spiritual journey, the smarter I get because it's like I stop tangling my ego into like the work that I do, you get me? Yeah, it's like you can see things like clearer, you can just see the truth more. Okay, I got it semi-installed and it's actually weirdly cute. This is where we are with it now. I like that it has this random little image, but I still don't truly understand how to use it. I've been trying to watch videos. Change the text style that looks best with your terminal. Mode. I thought it was gonna open like an app. These things are actually so like it's been so funny to run these without any kind of experience in coding because I never expect what they're gonna look like. I thought Nengo was gonna be like a ChatGPT adjacent thing and it was like this whole other like it was not that. And then this is like what's happening here. Okay, this is what's really confusing me. I don't understand the difference between an API key and a Claude account with subscription. I don't know what I want. I thought I was gonna have to pay for this. I don't understand. So let's figure that out. Okay, so I'm a beginner computational neuroscientist running a Hopfield Network in Jupyter Lab. I'm going to be asking for upgrades on my Hopfield network and wanting to communicate with Claude Code to make an additional bit of code that mimics acetylcholine. Should I get an API key or Claude Code subscription? Okay, so it says to get an API key. I don't understand the API key that well. Like I'm trying to figure out like how does it work? I'm so confused. Okay, this is what's really getting me. What do you mean by code talking to Claude? How is my code talking to Claude? What does that even mean? I sit and chat with Claude while coding versus my notebook calls Claude to help compute. How do I speak to it then? Oh, you like ask it in here. That's really interesting. Okay, actually, no. Actually, that's really, really interesting. And the API thing is like way cheaper. So, okay. Yeah, we have ChatGPT for the rest of it. So we don't need to pay for Claude for that. Let's get the API key. And it's only five. Everything has been this project. I swear to God, I thought I was gonna have to like everything I've done for like free, essentially, like literally, pretty much everything has been free. I paid for ChatGPT Pro for like 2 months in the summer, and that was like I don't know, probably like £20 a month max. So I paid for a little bit of that last summer, and then I thought I was gonna have to pay 200 for like the Claude Max or whatever it's called, but this is only £5, so that's crazy. Or $5. It's not even pounds, so that's even cheaper. So this has been a super cheap project the whole way through, as in it has cost me next to nothing to do any of this. Okay, in theory, I thought I just paid for it, but let's see if we find it. API keys. Didn't I just pay for this? Okay, so now we're gonna create it. I guess we will call it like my Kells Hopfield Network. All right, so I got the key working, I think. So we're gonna try to figure out how to even use this stupid thing. All right, so now we're gonna try it using my Claude code key for the first time. Actually, like this is still exactly the same as the other one, so like it's kind of still like the original. 1, -1, 1, -1. Okay, wait. Let's double check. No, this one is busted for some reason. I think let's try it again. This is one where I tried to put acetylcholine in it, and for some reason it was just not vibing. It was not vibing with that. It didn't work. So here's the weights. Something is broken here, and I'm really confused now. But luckily this is one that I got offline, like online. So we're just gonna find it again. Okay, so now it's actually downloading all of it's downloading everything in there. This is always the most like annoying part of everything was like I was actually communicating for the longest time with ChatGPT. The first time I installed like Nengo, Jupyter Lab, like it's weirdly difficult to just install this stuff if you're not like a super coding person. Like it's like what's going on here? I mean, it's actually not hard. I mean, after I asked ChatGPT, it wasn't hard, but it's like it's giving me all these. There's always like these random little things happening. Like now it's like an outdated model, all this annoying stuff. But this is really interesting. So I'm not going to show my code yet because I don't want to show my API key, but there's like different versions that use like have different costs. So it was telling me I should start with Claude Sonnet 4.6 and then use Opus 4 to 6 at the end. It's kind of, I don't know, actually, we're going to play around with like, how do I want to go about this? Because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I'll start with this just to like play with it. Okay, so now it finally works, you see, so I can ask it stuff. So explain a Hopfield network in 5 bullet points, and it has all the information about it. So what I want to do now, like this is probably the next best thing, is to think through like the different changes that I want Claude code to make for my model. This was like good for a start, but I want to actually go to my one that's like, well, maybe I'll start here. Now this is going to cost me less than I thought. So wait, let me rename this. And I'm going to start here and then I'll probably end up going to this one that's already sparsely coded. That way I don't have to make it do this kind of stuff, but I'll just ask it like, what do you think of this code? And do you like it? This is going to be really interesting. I don't know. I think I'm going to try to figure out like all the upgrades that I wanted to make. That's where my actual learning comes in. Cause like, I want to ask it like, make sure the attractors don't do, I don't know, just stuff like that. Like I'll have more. One thing I learned about AI is that you have to have the best terminology possible to speak to it with because it doesn't have the best intuition at all. And if you come at it with really simple simple terms that are very beginner, it'll give you like a very beginner and simple output. Or at least I have that problem with ChatGPT where like if I speak like an expert, it'll give me expert responses, but if I speak like a beginner, it'll like give me beginner like output. So that's why it's important to learn the terminology as well. So yeah, it's good. Like I already have like a bit and I want to learn, like I need to learn myself why it's having certain issues. I could try to ask Claude Code like, well, yeah, let's try to do that one thing just to practice it. I'm going to block out my screen so that nobody can see like my code and stuff because apparently if you share this code, it's like it's over for you. But you would think it's getting easier right now because I'm like doing it with AI. No, every single time that like every upgrade has created like more complexity and things that I need to learn. Even with the AI, it's like it's really, really hard. I now have to learn to use Claude Code. And I know that doesn't sound hard, but it's like, it takes a lot of thinking. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Because just because AI can do like Claude Code is probably going to be way better than ChatGPT at any of this. That being said, it's like I still have to know what I'm looking at. So it's like, this is just generally required a lot of thinking on my end. So now it's installed in here. Let's try to ask Claude Code, like, how do I ask Claude? Okay, I now have to also learn how to like interact with Claude Code. So I'm curious to see how this will go. Am I doing this right? Let's see. Okay, you see, like it doesn't read my code. Yeah, it's funny because it's like the triangulation or whatever of the AI, where it's like I'm using Claude Code, but then I'm asking ChatGPT how to get. It's like it's crazy, but oh my gosh, this is so annoying. I thought I was supposed to be able to like read my code. Because like, what was the point of putting it to in terminal then? All right, so let's try that again. I kind of feel bad, like I'm cheating on ChatGPT, because like ChatGPT's been like my homeboy or girl, home person throughout this whole thing, and like has really been there for me every step of the way. You get me? It's like I feel kind of bad because now I'm like I've switched to like the new woman, you know. But I'll probably still use ChatGPT to ask questions on certain stuff if we're being honest. Okay, so the problems we're having here, the patterns are generated with NP random, rand whatever, meaning only around 10% of the neurons are active, making patterns extremely sparse. You see, ChatGPT is like, once it comes to this stuff, it's like it's not there. I mean, the free version at least. A Hopfield network expects patterns encoded as bipolar values, not binary. Using binary instead of bipolar means the weight matrix is heavily biased towards positive weights, causing the network to converge to an all one state instead of the stored patterns. I think this is like that attractor thing we were reading, but I might be wrong. The problematic code section. So the weight matrix is built using equals plus weights plus equals NP dot, which only reinforces coactivation of ones but never reinforces the absence. The update rule. Okay, so it's got basically like a bunch of issues, even though I didn't even change that much, but it's like it wasn't mine, it was not well suited for like this sparse coding and stuff. I'm liking Claude Code at the same time. It's like it's not as visually it's like now I'm comparing them, but like it's not as visually like I think I'd have to get like if I wanted the ChatGPT experience of Claude Code, I'd have to pay for Pro or whatever. I'm not gonna lie to you, because this is the only big money I've spent on my project and it's right at the end. I might consider if it's worth it still, because it just might help me like it's so annoying to read it like this, and then I can't be like that API code thing isn't like it isn't what I thought it was gonna be, where it was gonna be like interacting with my code. Like it's not. It's basically just if I put ChatGPT in my code. And the annoying thing is that I can't even ask it to like look at this specific. I mean, you kind of can, but it's like it's actually not like what I thought it was gonna be, where it's like it's not really like interacting with my code as much. So this is like this project has been such a massive investment of my time, my energy. It's like the most important thing in my life. It has changed my life so much, and I've done this whole thing for free on my own time. To me, it might be worth the investment to pay that big money for, at least for Claude Pro, it's not as expensive, TBH. So I might like do like a combo, because the nice thing about this is that I can write the code and I can ask it, like I can like, then I can be like, okay, what's wrong with like this specific part? So it's nice because I can have it interact with my code, and then I can also chat with it in a way that's like a little bit easier for me than this messy little text here at the bottom. So yeah, I might honestly, I might in the morning think about investing in Claude Code for real, because yeah, it would just make it easier. And like I said, this is the most important investment of my whole life thus far. So I think it's worth the money. I want to see, I'm just curious to know how much this cost me. Like I've only done like 3 messages. How fast does the money run down? I don't know. Well, anyways, this is Claude Code, like just a normal one. I don't know. It's like every single thing has been a new skill to master, where it's like, oh, it's just AI, but it's like it's not AI. This is a skill to master as well. Learning to use ChatGPT well was like that was a skill too. And then learning to do Claude Code is like a new skill that I haven't learned. So it's like I keep having to learn like another new skill, which is like it's really exhausting. But it's like now I have to kind of like fine tune the way that I use Claude Code and stuff, like based on how it works. Let me try this one. Like, let's rename this. It's interesting how different they are. Like this one here, like ChatGPT, you can just go in and you can just be like, you can just ask it any question and it's like it's there. Like, it's like it deciphers so much from what you say, but I'm curious to see how it's gonna work. But in this one, it's like it wants you to define, it even like gives you a space to define the role. Let's try it. It just looks so different, doesn't it? I don't know if this is like maybe because I haven't paid for it. This is like the low key version. It's also just like you can tell that this is really like ChatGPT, like it's like anyone asking anything. This one's very like pro. Like it's very to the point. It doesn't really try to like be friends with you. Like I feel like ChatGPT is like friends with you, and this guy's like, I'm clocking in. I'm not here to make friends, and then like I'm gone. Is kind of Claude codes like or Claude's vibe. It's like Claude is not here to make friends with you. You see, like this was just very like this is the info, and I don't care. So it's pretty different. I feel a little bit out of my depth, like using Claude actually, like quite a bit. It's just more, it's not like, it just, I feel like ChatGPT can tell that I'm a beginner, or not beginner, but like, it can tell where I am. And it's like, I feel like this one is like, it's not, it's just like a little bit more advanced in terms of how it's explaining things to me. So, which isn't a bad thing, but I could give it the context. I could be like, I'm a beginner. Let's see if it changes it. Like, let's try that now. You see how it did change the information. Am I insane or did it use a lot of tokens for me to ask like 4 questions? Like, am I misunderstanding this? I don't know. We'll see how much $5 gets me anyways, but I think that I'm probably like, let's see how much does it cost? All right, honestly, it's like it's almost 1 a.m. This was enough for the day. So that was an upgrade. I think tomorrow I'm probably gonna spend my time trying to learn how to use Claude Code well, and I'll probably pay for Pro just to see like it was already within my budget for this project. So I think I'm just gonna try it out and see because this is like my bait. This is like my child. When I used to nanny, the family that I named, like the mom of the child that I nannied for, like exactly the way they should say it or like the context, but she'd be like, like it's important to us that we have like a good nanny because this is like, our child is like our treasure. Like it's like the most important thing in our like the most valuable and important thing in your life. Where it's like that's how I feel about this project. No lie, like this is my everything. Even though it hasn't like gone, it's like I've poured so much work into this and it's so personal to me. That's like this is my baby to me. Like I care about this a lot. So it's like I want to make sure that I'm like doing this like in the way that I'll get the maximum from it, Because if not, why are we even here? So I think that I am gonna probably pay for Cloud Code anyways. If I don't use it that much, that's fine. I paid for the month, like that's chill. So yeah. Good morning. I look like my hair looks fuzzy because I'm still in my PJs. I literally just woke up like I've been up for like 10, 20 minutes, but I haven't been out of it. I've just been in bed. But I have a meeting with my supervisor in like 3 hours. I have it at 11. And I was walking around yesterday and I started thinking like this. I was like, I have this like spiritual lesson to learn. This whole thing I've been learning my spiritual lessons through this whole thing has been like my spiritual journey, I swear to God. But anyways, basically I've been like I keep doing like intense amounts of work and like working for things that I already had it and like I was already done, but it's like I keep feeling like I need to like do all this stuff when it's like I already like for example the student loan thing where it's like okay I thought that like I didn't have my money so I was like freaking out and like doing all this and doing all that turns out the money had been deposited last week or like the other thing I thought that I had to like keep like understanding this and like I had to keep like revamping it and reworking it and learning more and more and more because I thought it had to be more complex than I had actually made it but it turns out that like I didn't I mean it was good that I did all that work, but I really didn't need to do the like that amount because at the end of the day, like my supervisor is like, all you need to do is like put acetylcholine on it and it's like just recurrent excitation. which was basically what I had that done by like literally like last year. Like it was already done like forever ago, and I just kept feeling like I have to keep like hunting and hunting for like something more because I'm like that just can't possibly be enough. So I had this realization on the way home, and I was like, you know what? Maybe my idea already is enough. It's just that I need to fix. Because then I remembered that like there were some minor underlying issues with my original, like even though I was borrowing this like Hopfield Network from somebody else, when I used it on ChatGPT, it was like randomly pointing out flaws. I was like, why is it pointing out flaws? Like this is the original one. Like what? So I was like, maybe I'll spend some time with Claude Code right now, asking it like what are these underlying issues, and maybe it would be more useful to fix that. And maybe if I fix that, then my idea will work anyways. Because I was just like doing all this hard thinking, like, how do I do it? How do I do it? And it's like, it just kind of seems like that's the best way. So I think I'm gonna spend my time doing that before I meet my supervisor because, and I might be wrong, but if I ever trust the patterns that I've noticed spiritually, and I feel like when I do that, instead of continuously trying to do more effort, it's like it goes better. And I'm like, let me learn my spiritual lesson today. That's like it's already like I already have it, and it's like it's already fine. I'm just overthinking and going like driving myself insane for no reason. Oh, also I published my first essay on Substack like that. It was like researched and stuff. If people want to go read it, it's the one I was talking about, like that I told my friend that I was like, I need to get it done. It's called Whiteness Wants to Eat You Too. Yes, if anybody is interested, where is it? This is my Substack. Yes. This is my essay if anybody wants to go read. But yeah, so let's go into my Hopfield network. This is it. Where's the one with Claude Code? Let's see if we can find it. I have too many freaking tabs open now. There's a lot. I think it's here, but let's close some stuff. One of my biggest life issues is that I always convince myself like there's something like wrong with what I'm doing, or like, it's like I have a very the way my mind works, it's like I feel like I spot a lot of issues that like the average person doesn't, and that can be a good thing. Like sometimes I'm spotting problems that actually are problems and stuff, and but I also like I get in this horrible feedback loop with myself where I'm constantly spotting like a potential issue, but like within myself and like within the stuff that I'm doing, and I'm like, it's not good enough. Like this is that, and it's like it was fine like 10 tries ago, where it's like I overthink like a lot, and I just make problems out of nothing. TBH. So okay, so this is my network. One complaint that I have about Claude API so far is like this is such an eyesore to look at. I wish it could be a little bit less of an eyesore. Like this is so like it's like a massive just ball of text. All right, this is the one I should be looking at. So I think this is like there's nothing different about this one. Everything is exactly the same. Yes, there's nothing crazy, nothing special. So so what we're gonna do, we're gonna copy paste everything, and I'm just gonna ask Claude Code if it can like critique. I know there's one thing that was like it had to do with the zeros and stuff. Like I don't know how to put it. I might also look at the comments here and see if anybody said anything. See, like, ew, this is horrible to look at. Okay, so it actually suggested the exact same thing that ChatGPT did, which is this thing about the raw 0, 1, -1. Has a zero problem. This is both the AI have said this. Nobody caught this in Kaggle in the comments, but so missing weight normalization, the weight should be divided by the number of neurons. ChatGPT explained why I didn't do that, but it's fine. So currently weight plus equals NP dot pattern T pattern should be weight NP dot pattern T pattern over pattern size. So that's one thing. So unnecessary reshape inside loop. I thought so. I was like, why is it reshaping it when it's like it's literally the same size as before? But this person is probably learning, so it doesn't matter. But it's like why I was like, it's reshaping it to the exact same size it already is. Weight plus equals NP dot pattern. So This also shadows a loop variable pattern, which is poor practice. NP sign has a 0 problem. I keep seeing this. So this is like probably my main issue. So NP sign 0 returns 0, which is not a valid state in a Hopfield network. So we're gonna I'm gonna copy paste this and I'm gonna fix this ugliness of like a block of text so that I can actually read what's even happening. You see, this is what I'm talking about, where it's like sometimes it's like the issue isn't like you need to find a new solution, where it's like you need to, I have this issue all the time. It's like you already have it, but it's like you need to problem solve about having it versus you need to problem solve about not having it, where it's like my student loan money is just in my other bank account. And it's like, why am I sitting here I'm like searching for it? I don't know. I got crazy deja vu just now. Like if I had sat and problem solved about like my money, like I would have already had the money like a week ago. Because I'd be like, why are you looking in the wrong bank account? But it's like I'm problem solving about not having it. This is literally like my spiritual journey over here. It's like I'm problem solving about not having it. I need to problem solve about it's here, but like you need to fix like how you're going about it, One of my biggest issues. I never think that I have the thing that I want. It's like that's how you miss like obvious solutions at the end of the day. Anyways, this looks horrendous. I hate this so bad. Weight normalization. So I think every time it says NN, it's like a new line. This is so ugly. See, these are really good solutions. So we're gonna implement some of this stuff. That way I can at least have like something a little bit more. I think I was like my solution, like it doesn't seem bad. And I was proud of it because I thought of it myself, you get me? And so I was like, okay, I did it. ChatGPT said it was right. Like, what's happening? And that was really annoying. So I was like, okay, maybe I wasn't off, but I just need to fix this? Wait, I'm so confused. The theoretical capacity of a Hopfield network is approximately 0.138 times n. With n equals 5, that means roughly 0 to 1 patterns can be reliably stored. You're storing 4 patterns, which exceeds safe capacity and could cause issues with larger or more overlapping patterns. Well, that makes sense with how my later code got messed up, but it's like, how many can you store then? That's so few. Okay, well, let's figure this out. So the first thing I'm gonna fix is this 0 problem. I've gotten this message about 1,000 times, and I'm just like, I don't hear it. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'm deaf. So let me actually listen this time and fix this. It sucks because I made a whole little dictionary for myself of like each and everything. NP dot, I think what NP dot does, I'm gonna confirm, is that it makes everything into either like a one, it makes everything into 1 or -1. But I think, wait, I might be wrong. The problem is that, oh my gosh, problem is that it's introducing 0. And so the zeros are like messing stuff up, I think. Let's confirm that. No, it just multiplies stuff together. I thought there was something like that though. Like I thought I got a message like that at one point. So in my Hopfield network, every neuron should be -1 and +1. So if the update rule is if total input is above 0 +1, else -1. So neurons are making a binary decision. So NP sign, like it will never make a 0, I think. So it'll break my Hopfield network. That explains like later parts because when I tried to implement like other stuff, like it messed up my code, I think. So you don't want like these weird, you don't want zeros in your transitions, apparently. I'm learning now. So NP dot noisy pattern weights can sometimes equal exactly 0 when positive and negative inputs cancel each other out perfectly. You see, it's funny how just because something works on the surface doesn't mean it's like right. It's like it can look like everything is fine, but then you go later down the line and it's like broken. It's interesting. So we're gonna switch out. I think it's this that I need to switch out with this new line. Let's play it just to see if it produces like if like anything crazy happens. Okay, So the same thing happens, so that code works, but it's important that I have it now because then later on, like, it will fix other things. So that's one issue semi-fixed. And then what else? Unnecessary reshape. So let's just take that out. I was thinking that from what I said. I was like, why is it reshaping it? Like, that's so random. What I think is probably that this person was learning Hopfield networks because they said, I think they mentioned that. Like, and I think that they were probably following like something that they learned, like a formula, where like maybe in that situation it needed a reshape, but in this situation it just didn't need that much. But they still included it because they were showing like the almost like a template of a Hopfield network. So ChatGPT, yes, this explanation is unnecessarily dense. Except ChatGPT just agrees with everything you say anyways. So what they're telling you in plain English. So for pattern T pattern, yes. So the one line they want you to use instead is just this. Okay. Then add this line. We already know that. So wait, that's it for pattern and patterns. Instead of all of this, instead of the whole for loop, that doesn't even seem correct. I'm sure it works, but I don't really like. I thought the for loop was an important element because it's like this. There's a summation inside like the heavy and learning rule, so I thought it was like necessary. I'm also worried like, what if that doesn't translate once every single one I've seen has had like the for loop, and I'm just confused because like, what if when I make it bigger than this, like it messes things up. I like the for loop. It makes me feel safe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to take it out. All right. Well, if it's saying it's standard practice, we're gonna do it. But it just makes me sad because it's like, I don't know. I feel like I can see what it's supposed to be, but Claude Code is king right now. So I'm just gonna go for it. Now let's play it and see if it works the same again. All right. So yeah, I mean the input is still the same. Nothing is really meant to change it right now anyways. Let's see, what are the other changes? After all this, then we're gonna add acetylcholine again and we're gonna see like if it works. So code review, missing weight normalization. The weight should be divided by the number of neurons, which, okay, ChatGPT told me they didn't have this in this one because it's just really small. But I guess just to do it, we'll do it. Okay, well we already did that anyways, I think. Actually, I think that's why it's over the pattern size. So this unnecessary reshape, we got the reshape. Mutating for input array. Modify noisy pattern during the loop. So when you print this, you rely on noisy pattern still being intact. This works by coincidence because I was thinking, I was like, so this just is working like just because. I feel like this process has been like 1% like actually implementing the thing that I need to implement and like 99% just doing so much troubleshooting of my code. It was like that last summer. It's like that now. It's just so much back and forth and just like, is this code working? And the answer is usually no for like most of the time. And then it's like, okay, I'd be so happy if I could have like a working, like my whole thing working to show my supervisor would be like, that would make my freaking life. I have like 2 hours or so to get that done. But if all these changes work, then maybe like my thing will finally work. Or maybe it's still gonna be like not right. And then at that point I can just ask my supervisor like what's happening? Like what's going on? Okay, it's like it's doing a lot right now. What's this? This is like a really massive change from what I have. And that kind of scares me. All right, now let's press play. Wait, but I think that this right here now is like an issue. Wait, how do I edit this then? No handling of spurious states. If the network converges to a pattern that does not match any stored pattern, your code silently accepts it. This seems important for sure. You should add a validation check. So I have this commented out, which is worth uncommenting. I was wondering what the comment was. Is it this? I just want to know if this line should go like, should this line go in my for loop or should it go like as a new line? I just want to go on vacation, dude. I want to go on vacation immediately. Do like this and try it again. So now it just doesn't like anything at this point. So we're just gonna keep going like this. Okay. Well, that really changed the way that the output looked though. Now it's only showing 3 lines. Actually, that's even better. So that makes me happy. Because I was like, why am I getting shown this 3 times? -1, 1, -1, 1, -1. 1, 1, -1, 1, -1. Okay, but am I insane or does it now seem like it didn't work at all? Because now it's not even doing it. Like now it's just I can't wait to just know what I'm doing, bro. But like I hate using AI like TBH. I can't wait to just like okay, I just know how to do it myself is gonna be the best feeling in the world. I can't wait. Okay, so this should be in the for loop. So that was actually an issue with that was actually an issue. Okay, so we're just gonna put everything inside the for loop. This is going in the for loop. I don't freaking know. Everything's going in the for loop. Let's just hope for the best. I'm begging you. Just freaking give me my stuff. Oh my gosh. So now we're getting nothing. So this is really fun. So let's just like, can we just do this again and see if it fixes it? So we know for sure that it's that. Why? Now nothing is happening. And nothing, I didn't even change anything. It's like I put it all back where it was and now it's messed up. Please, 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 please. Oh my freaking gosh. I'm gonna crash out. No! I'm getting nothing. Well, let's pray together. Lord, please give me a freaking degree. Please make me better at coding because I hate this so bad. Like, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Variable mix-ups and indentation issues. Oh my god. I know it doesn't freaking. Oh my gosh. You just told me to put the print inside the freaking while loop, you freaking annoying computer. I hate this so much. Dude, what? It's like all the little things. Let's just like, let's make them side by side. Let's fix it all. So it's the little stuff that's getting us. You're using the noisy pattern, which doesn't exist anymore. Okay. Where am I using it then? Where is it? Noisy pattern. Okay, this doesn't freaking exist anymore, apparently. So noisy pattern instead should be, I don't freaking know. Original noisy, I think. Oh, I see. So if it doesn't work, it won't print this. So your convergence check is broken. So noisy pattern versus previous pattern, where it should be pattern versus original noisy, I think. And then this is all fine. Inside print out. You keep telling me different freaking things because you said to put it in the loop. Now you're telling me to put it outside the loop. And it was like this from the beginning as well. So what is the truth? What is the freaking truth? Okay, let's try this again now. Okay, we're back. We're so back. Okay. So this is working now. What if we try the fix again and see what happens? Okay, yes. Okay, that was so good. So we did everything that needed to be done. 1, -1, 1, -1, 1. It's working. 1 negative. It's working better than before. Oh wait, what? -1 wait, what? Wait, the original pattern check. 1 -1 1 -1 1 1 -1. Okay, -1 1 -1 1 -1 -1 1 Okay, so this works. Why is this one off? It recovered the right pattern here, but for some reason it printed the original pattern differently. -1 1 -1 -1 -1 1 -1 1. It kind of printed the noisy pattern as the okay. I don't know. Let's just keep doing our fixes and then I'll worry about that in a second. Okay. What we're gonna do once I fix this issue, I'm gonna ask it why the original pattern is wrong, and then we're gonna try my acetylcholine function again and see if like this time it works. Maybe it'll work this time. This is like a lot. Now I have to understand this. Like I don't know. I need to figure this out. I remember like saying I was gonna learn this in the last video. That signal to noise ratio kind of stuff. So it makes so much sense that once I was putting in like a bunch of patterns in it, it was like no, it was not vibing with it at all. So, and it turned out crazy. I wish I could see like I just want to see like the world's most normal Hopfield network, you know? That's what I was looking for with this. I was like, I want to see like literally just like I want to see like the template for a Hopfield network. I didn't know where to find that. Like what is the world's most functional and correct one? Like wait, what the heck? Why is noisy pattern smaller? Am I insane? I don't know what's going on at this point. I swear it was not like this. I swear they both had 4, so I think I copy pasted something wrong, but only one pattern? How is that? There's no recurrence then, no? I don't like it. I don't like this. I thought they were supposed to like multiply against each other like a freaking like a grid or something. You get me? I'm gonna take one risk and just let it stay like this for now, except I'm gonna fix the fact that for some reason the pattern is missing. And then we're gonna try my acetylcholine. This is probably some kind of massive issue, but that's fine. It's whatever. No, what the heck? Why is there more patterns for patterns than for noisy patterns? But you know what? My thing didn't pick that up as like an issue. Like my Claude code didn't really think that was like anything of concern and didn't mention that at all. So maybe that's just how it is. All right. Well, anyway, so it works now. Let's try putting that acetylcholine in it now. Let's see this time around it'll work. This is so funny, but I accidentally deleted my acetylcholine thing, but I put it in like my little Substack reflection of that week. So we're just going back to it. All right. So here's acetylcholine. Let's make it 0.9, just what? Like just cuz. Wait, so now it should be noisy pattern times. Should be recovered times effective weights. If this doesn't work, I'm actually gonna crash out like really hard. Like this is gonna be like this is the last video and I give up on the project, I'll just fail. Just kidding. But I'm mentally like that's where I am right now. Okay, so let's see if that worked this time. If acetylcholine is this up, it should be pretty much identical to the noisy pattern. And guys, oh wait, in this one it wait, in this one it actually worked. -1 oh my wait, did it work? Wait, no. Let's not get our hope up. No. It seems like there's an issue here where these are everything is identical. So it is the same as a noisy pattern, but everything is literally just the same. Negative, am I insane? Or are they exactly the Okay, we have to consult. We have to consult now. Let's try that again. Man, it's like every time I get excited, it's like no. There's nothing to get excited about. Let's remove my addition here. At least it's different, but it's still bad. So this should be just normal weights now. Okay, let's see if it changes anything. So -1, like let's see this. They're exactly this. They're like pretty much identical, so there's not really that much change in like I feel like it changed. Like, do you see this is how it was before? I feel like there's a little bit more of like a difference between the two. Here it's fine. -1, -1, 1, -1, 1. And here it's 1, -1, 1, -1, -1. It's not bad for them to be like pretty similar, but it makes it kind of hard to tell. -1, 1, -1, 1, -1, -1, 1, -1, -1, -1. So you see there's only one little minor difference. -1, 1, -1, 1. So it just makes it hard for me to be able to tell if like did I actually mess it up or no? Like did the acetylcholine actually do anything? Okay. Now I'm just like kind of annoyed. Because I know you want it to be a little bit similar, but it's like it's too similar. So it's just hard to let's just you know what? Let's try it still. And let me see if it changes anything at all for them to like for the acetylcholine to be different, if that makes sense. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, and then we'll just take the rest to my meeting and all right, wait. This is how it looks. We're gonna copy this in our document. This is how it looks when there's like nothing. Okay, just normal stuff. I'm not even gonna look at it nor like care. So we're just gonna try again. So we're just gonna copy and paste it. Because after this, I'm gonna scale up and I'm gonna implement all sorts of other stuff that I think maybe will make it easier. I don't know. Okay, so now let's make it acetylcholine 0.3. Okay, Now let's look at it. Is anything changing at all? 1, -1, 1, -1, 1, 1, -1, 1, -1, 1. -1. No! Yay! Everything's exactly the same no matter what happens. Except -1, 1, -1. Oh my freaking god, I can't. Am I insane or should it at least be doing something? It should at least be doing something, no? Am I crazy? So this must really not be the solution. I don't know. Nothing is happening, like no matter what. It's impacting it like nothing is getting impacted. It's like you would think that would impact something like negatively at least, but like it's just genuinely nothing is happening. Okay, you know what? We're gonna take this to my I just can't anymore. I don't know what's happening. I'm just confused because I'm like you would think that something would go off or like okay, something is broken or this didn't work or it's like it's literally nothing is occurring. So that's why I'm just like okay, what's happening? Okay, well, I'm just stupid. So, yeah, that's what we learned from this project. It's done now, guys. This experiment was just to see whether I was smart or stupid, and it turns out that I'm not smart and I just don't know anything and I'm horrible. That's that's it. Experiment over. Nothing more to learn. Gosh, why? Okay, this is why it's not working. And Claude Code is just pissing me the freak off. Why? Why is it written like this? This is so horrible. I hate it. Write it like a normal freaking human. Don't put all these ends and stuff in it and just make it have spaces and stuff. I know what freaking acetylcholine does, bro. Okay, I just don't know how to do it. Okay, so it's not really that far off, but it's just like there's like issues. I don't know. I don't know. I'm done. I'm done. Oh my god, dude. Okay, we're just gonna like I just need ChatGPT to like translate what is even being said. What is even being said? It's just I'm sorry, it's like impossible to read what Claude Code is saying because it's like stuff with all these like I just don't have the knowledge to know like okay, where do I can I delete these freaking like exclamation I don't know, like all these random little like things. I don't know. It's so hard to read it. I'm guessing all well, I know from Python that the end means it's a new line, but it's like instead of reading freaking writing that, can you just make it a new line instead, please? Okay, but so recurrent, so instead of doing any of that, it says recurrent equals np dot recovered effective wait memory contribution input signal equals original noisy raw equals recurrent plus acetylcholine times inputs. Okay, sure. But then how do I fix, is it using what I already made? I think it is using what I made. Okay, yeah, it is using what I made, it's just fixing it. Yay, okay. So that means I can't, like, I didn't want this, I wanted to figure it out myself. You know, I'm like, I want to have the solution. I don't want to have, like, you know, so I wanted my solution to still work. If it, in some way, shape, or form, even if, like, I didn't get it perfectly, I wanted it to be, like, I did it, you know? That's why I was gonna be sad if like, you know, if like AI did it like for me 100% or like just like threw it out for me, I would be like, okay, like that didn't really satisfy me because I was like, I want the satisfaction of being like I did it. Okay, okay, let's try it out now, guys. I think it actually happened this time. Oh my gosh, dude, I'm be so happy. I think this time it may have worked. I'll literally be like, I'll be so happy. Okay. So, oh wait, let's put it up here so I can compare it. So if the acetylcholine is like 9 or like this close to 9, it should basically be exactly the same as a noisy pattern. -1, -1, -1, -1, 1. And it is, but is it far away enough from this? -1, -1, 1. Okay, let's see this one. 1, -1, 1, -1, -1. So it's exactly identical. -1, 1, negative. Oh my god. Hallelujah! Oh, that took so much. Oh my gosh, that was so annoying. Now let's try it at 0.3 and see if it's like messed up. Okay, so -1, Okay. So this should be closer to the original pattern than the noisy pattern. So 1, -1, 1, -1, 1. And it is 1, -1, 1, -1, 1. Yes. -1, 1, -1, 1. Yes! Yes! Oh my God. I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed. I was like, what? Oh my God. Finally. I can finally celebrate because I celebrated the other day. I was like, I got it. I made it. I made the solution. All this stuff. And then like I looked back the next day and it didn't work. And I was like, oh my God, like why? Like I spoke too soon and like all this stuff. And it's like this time it finally freaking worked so I can actually celebrate. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. Genuinely, I could not be more happy. I'm so grateful it worked this time. Now I actually have something to show my supervisor. Yes! Oh my gosh. This is like, I don't even know what to do with myself now. I guess I'm gonna eat breakfast. My cat over here, wait. She needs to celebrate too. She's so peaceful and I'm about to disrupt her emotionally and annoy her. Celebrate with me? Okay, yeah, she didn't like that. But, oh my gosh, now I have to go fix my hair because it looks crazy because I slept with wet hair. Oh my gosh. Wait, it actually worked. My hand is so asleep. It's so asleep. Oh my gosh, the mental peace I feel now that I did it. I'm so interested to see what my supervisor. Gosh, ignore my. This is not it right now. This is really, my hair's not. It's not doing what it's meant to do. Oh, sorry. So now the next things that are going to get done, my hair looking crazy right now. Basically, I'm gonna like upgrade it to like sparse coating and like all that. But now we know this works. Oh my gosh. I'm so hyped. I'm gonna buy a croissant and I'm gonna eat a croissant. And I'm gonna have my meeting in an hour. So yeah.